As the new millennium began, Lennox Lewis stood alone at the top of the heavyweight mountain. The undisputed champion had silenced every critic and established himself as the era's defining force. In 2000, Lewis would further solidify his dominance and legacy with 3 more fights, each one reinforcing his position as the world's premier heavyweight. Fight 38, April 29, 2000, Madison Square Garden, New York, versus Michael Grant, 31-0. Contested for the WBC, IBF, and IBO heavyweight championships. After becoming the undisputed heavyweight champion, Lennox Lewis was contractually obligated to defend his titles against the WBA's top contender, originally Henry Akinwande, later replaced by John Ruiz. However, Lewis instead chose to face the undefeated American powerhouse Michael Grant, a rising star with a perfect 31-0 record who many believed could be the next great heavyweight. The decision would cost Lewis his WBA title after Don King's legal intervention, but the champion was determined to make a statement in the ring. Grant started aggressively, looking to use his size and power to pressure Lewis, but it quickly unraveled. Midway through the first round, Lewis landed a thunderous right hand that sent Grant crashing to the canvas. The challenger beat the count but was visibly shaken, and Lewis immediately unleashed another furious barrage. A second knockdown followed, and then, with just seconds left in the round, Lewis floored Grant again with a devastating left-right combination. Though Grant survived the round, he was barely standing. Lewis began the second round hunting for the finish, and with 23 seconds remaining, a brutal right uppercut ended the contest emphatically. Grant struggled to rise but couldn't beat the count, giving Lennox Lewis a stunning second-round knockout victory. This performance cemented Lewis's dominance as the true king of the heavyweight division, a ruthless champion dismantling an undefeated challenger in spectacular fashion at Madison Square Garden. Fight 39, July 15, 2000, London Arena, London, versus Frans Botha, 40 wins, 2 defeats, 1 draw. Contested for the WBC, IBF, and IBO heavyweight championships. After demolishing Michael Grant in New York, Lennox Lewis returned to London for a homecoming title defense against Frans Botha, the WBC's number 9 ranked contender. Botha had gained respect after a strong showing against Mike Tyson, dominating 4 rounds before being stopped, and followed it with a draw against Shannon Briggs and a first-round knockout over Steve Pinnell. Despite this, Lewis faced criticism for choosing an opponent ranked outside the IBF top 10. Botha, ever confident, declared, "If I don't knock him out, it's going to be a terrible beating." But it was Lewis who delivered the beating. From the opening bell, the champion controlled the fight with precision and power, landing 24 of his 47 punches, while Botha could only manage 9. Late in the first round, a heavy right hook staggered Botha, but he barely survived as Lewis pressed forward relentlessly. In round 2, Botha tried to stay on the move, but Lewis continued to stalk him. With just 40 seconds left in the round, Lewis unleashed a brutal 4-punch combination that sent Botha halfway through the ropes. Though Botha courageously climbed back into the ring, referee Larry O'Connell had seen enough and waved it off, giving Lewis another devastating second-round knockout victory. After the fight, Lewis addressed Mike Tyson's taunts following his win over Lou Savarese, firing back, "Tell Mike Tyson to either put up or shut up. He's been talking about what he can eat. I'll show him what he can eat," raising his right fist to the cheers of the London crowd. It was another dominant and emphatic statement from the reigning champion. Lennox Lewis was leaving no doubt who ruled the heavyweight division. Fight 40, November 11, 2000, Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino, Las Vegas, versus David Tua, 37-1. Contested for the WBC, IBF, and IBO heavyweight championships. After dispatching Frans Botha in brutal fashion, Lennox Lewis turned his attention to his next mandatory challenger, the dangerous Samoan powerhouse David Tua, ranked number 1 by both the WBC and IBF. Initially, Lewis hoped to stage the bout in his boyhood home of Toronto, Canada, but promotional and logistical changes saw the fight land at the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. Tua entered the ring with an impressive record of 37 wins and only one defeat, having already claimed victories over future world champions John Ruiz, Oleg Moskayev, and Hasim Rahman. Known for his devastating left hook and granite chin, Tua confidently predicted an upset, dismissing Lewis as a lazy fighter with a suspect chin. He promised to knock out the champion and claim the throne for himself, but when the bell rang, it was all Lennox Lewis. Using his trademark jab and superior reach, Lewis kept Tua at bay from the very first round, landing a crisp right hook that reportedly cracked one of Tua's ribs. Despite Tua's trademark aggression, he could never close the distance on the taller, sharper Lewis. The champion completely neutralized Tua's offense, dictating the pace and outlanding him 300 punches to 110, while throwing over 670 punches across 12 one-sided rounds. There were no knockdowns, but Lewis's dominance was absolute. The scorecards told the story: 119 to 109, 118 to 110, and 117 to 111, all in favor of Lewis, who retained his titles by unanimous decision in one of the most disciplined performances of his career. After the fight, a confident Lewis turned his attention to the one man the world wanted to see him face: Mike Tyson. "If Tyson wants to come to test, I'll put him to rest. Lennox Lewis is the best." Manager Frank Maloney echoed the sentiment, saying Lewis deserves the big fight, pointing out how he'd been denied showdowns with Riddick Bowe and Michael Moorer in years past. With his decisive win over Tua, Lennox Lewis closed out the year 2000 as the undisputed king of the heavyweight division, the man who stood alone atop the mountain.